14-11 and 1-6 in league play. Bloomington's 10-13, 4-4, right in the middle of the conference, and it looks like Urbana's right behind Peoria Notre Dame, which, as you guys know, has only lost one game this year and top 5 in the state. So it really kind of depends. I know I've heard Coach Al talk about it, and you got 4 of those Big 12 teams, and play a little politics there, Justin. And Muhammad should be up there. Morton's kind of dropped off a little bit after coming out of the gate really quick. So, if Bloomington gets a 3 seed, do they send us to Bloomington and we play a 1-3, or do they ship us over to Rantoul? Should Muhammad be up there as the 2 or 3 seed? So it'd be interesting to see what those coaches when they put pencil to paper.
Yeah, it sure will be. I would guess we're going to be at Bloomington. I would think as the number 1 seed, we maybe earned our right to be a little closer to home and treat it like a home game for us. I would expect that, but as you said, there's 4 Big 12 teams and only a couple of Apollo teams, so if they kind of band together, we'll see. It's always interesting, that politics, as you said. Railers will, one way or another, have to sharpen their game. They'll get everybody's best shot in March, but it's been a great regular season so far, but March, it's a whole new ballgame.
Certainly is, and it will be nice, if we get to Bloomington, we will be playing up there on Tuesday night, so it's an opportunity for us to have already played one game on that floor. And I remember back to our college days when we got to the national tournament, it was held in Danville, and we had already played, one game over there during the year, so it's always nice to have that familiarity. Yeah,
sure. Coach, I wanted to ask you, back in your college days, and even, your dad was a high school coach. In February, what are you working on? Are you telling your guys, hey, we got to fix this before, we get to the postseason, or is it a time where you're kind of acknowledging, okay, this is going to be a problem for us, we got to move on from that, and bringing in new plays, trying to work in some new stuff in February that might pay off with a postseason out-of-bounds play or things like that? What kind of things are you working on in February?
We had some big focus in regards to, number one, it's such a long season, so you want to keep your legs spry. And so we would really kind of focus on a lot of reps and shooting. As I said with this team, when that ball goes in, it takes care of a lot of mistakes. So we did a lot of reps with shooting. We start to concentrate and just get a little bit more focused. We'd add a few wrinkles offensively to some things and make sure our kids were just prepared for the unexpected.
Right.
So we would do a lot of different into the game situations. You're up 2 with 30 seconds to go, you're down 2. We would do those free throws. I think we saw it in the Duke game, North Carolina, where Duke tipped that ball out and they were able to get a 3. So we create different environments for those kids to learn, so they've seen it. That's the biggest thing as coaches, and it's kind of hard to draw up a brand new play if you haven't practiced it. So really kind of focus on scouting, get out ahead of the opponents to see who you're going to be playing. And Coach Al's been doing this for a number of years, and he's got scouts probably all over.
Coach Al, he's got video on everybody, and of course he's the president of IBCA at this time, so he knows a lot of coaches as well. So it's not hard for him to make a couple phone calls and get some coaches that he trusts' opinion on teams. And of course, I think the other thing that always lends well to Lincoln in the postseason is just the consistency of the way we play. We're going to play the same way we played all year, and we're going to have it perfected with the individual traits and kind of idiosyncrasies of each individual player. With this group, Will Ewald's going to be out on the run and the fast break. Ken Whiteman's going to be knocking down shots. Everybody's got their role. We've got a great defensive team, especially the front half of our 1-2-2 is going to give people problems. So I'm optimistic for a long, lengthy postseason run. But before that, we've got to start up by winning tonight's game and tomorrow night's game. I believe, I don't know this for sure, but I think if we win both games, it clinches the Apollo. I think we're in the driver's seat right now. I think the only team that would be close to us is Muhammad at this point, and we've got 2 wins over them. So, that's looking pretty good. But it's always nice to clinch it and celebrate that Apollo Conference championship. And then hopefully bring it into the postseason. Yeah. Do we have a non-conference game left? We still got Normal West left?
We have Normal West. That'll be the 28th, I believe, which is a Friday, and that obviously would be senior night for us.
Right.
So I don't know if we have any home games between now and then. I heard Coach Al talk about the schedule. We had that 5-game home streak, and now we're on the road here for a little bit. So we'll see Bloomington as a non-conference, I believe, on Tuesday, and then finish out with a non-conference against Normal West. And hopefully these kids, even with these 5 games left, I would like to think they think about that Normal West game last year where we came out and laid the biggest egg I've seen us lay here in a few years. So hopefully that kind of keeps them motivated, and maybe one of the coaches is always, hey, you remember that Normal West game last year? Maybe start dropping that to them here before these games, before they head out on the floor.
All right, well, we'll take our final break. We'll be back with more Lincoln Raider basketball here at Effingham High School on 96.3 WLCN and WLCNonline.com. Welcome back to Effingham High School. This is Justin Tierney bringing you the play-by-play tonight at Effingham High School as the Railers look to improve to 24-2 and continue their undefeated season in the Appellate Conference. I'm joined by Coach Kirk Whiteman for tonight's broadcast. Coach, we've already mentioned this young man a couple times, but he really is going to be a focal point of tonight's game. Parker Wolf had a big game, 40-point game against Muhammad, I think 2 weeks ago. When I was kind of scrolling through some things, I saw a few other 30-point games. When you've got a kid that is such an offensive threat, you know, I guess there's two schools of thought. Is you're going to say, okay, we're going to let him do his thing. We're going to shut down everybody else and play 5-on-1, or we're going to shut him down and make these other four guys that are not as heralded beat us. What's the balance there? what's kind of the thoughts of that from a coaching perspective entering a game like this?
I think it's the dynamics of the team, and quite honestly, without the stats in front of us, it's hard to say. But with somebody like that, if they have one or two other players, and because he's such a threat from the perimeter in our 1-2-2 zone, if we really have to extend ourselves tonight, if he gets a little fire from 25, 28 feet, as we extend, if they have other players that can make plays in that high post, because we're going to be in a scramble situation, that could cause a lot of problems. And so we always talk to our players. When you play against really good players, when they get going, they're going to start banking in threes. They're going to start putting in some crazy shots. And, you know, WLB, the 8th grade team's heading down to state this weekend. I had a chance to watch them on the film here the other night in their sectional finals. They were up 20 points going into the fourth quarter, and they ended up winning by 7. And what happened is they relaxed a little bit defensively. A kid hit a 3, and
all of a sudden that basket gets bigger and bigger.
And then they banked in 3 threes in the fourth quarter. And WLB was able to pull it out, and congratulations to them. But those are some things that can happen in those situations where you just raise your hand, how did that go in? And so they build confidence. And so when you get to this level, it's really important not to let those really good players get clean looks at the basket. So without seeing the stats on some of these other kids, and they got some big kids, you know,
right.
6'5", 6'5", and, you know, three-point shooters from a long distance, getting long rebounds. It's going to be really important that we just don't let him get in the groove and go bang, bang on a few threes, because a lot of things can happen that can be crazy in this game.
Yeah, and you said it, Coach. They've got 2 other 6'5" kids, Nate Thompson, and I think I remember that name from last year a little bit, and Braden Powles, another 6'5" kid. You know, another thing about this Effingham group, again, just looking at the roster, not much else other than knowing the Wolf kids a player. They're all underclassmen, so they've got sophomore, junior, no seniors in the starting lineup. So this is a group that next year, not that we're looking ahead at all, but this is a group that's going to probably be a real contender next year in the Apollo. Of course, I expect Lincoln to be pretty tough again next year as well, but they're going to have 4 seniors and a junior with starting experience in their lineup next year. So a young team here in some ways down here in Effingham. And Coach, you mentioned it. We want to send our congratulations to the state champion West Lincoln Broadway Wolverines, just making a habit of state championships over there on the west end of town with, of course, the girls and now the boys winning a state championship. So congratulations to those young men over there, and special congratulations to 2 guys I know pretty well, Coach Curtis Conrady and one of your former players, Assistant Coach Ethan Neitzel. So it's nice to see 2 guys that I know are around my age pick up a couple state championships.
And Coach Neitzel, I was up at the game last night and had to give him a hard time. I said, do these guys give you gray hair as much as you gave me gray hair when I was coaching you? But also a shout out to the WLB 8th grade team going to state tomorrow, and the Lincoln Junior High team is also. So the future's bright here in Lincoln coming up.
Of course it is. We're going to take a quick break if we can, Paula. We've got the national anthem. We're going to send it home for that. We'll be back for the starting lineups on 96.3 WLCN. We're about to bring out the starting lineups here for tonight's game between Lincoln and the Flaming Hearts. Lincoln enters the game with a record of 23-2. Effingham with a solid record of 15-10. I was going through their wins and losses. They've got played some of the other Apollo Conference teams fairly close. They played Mahomet pretty close. They've got a win over Sacred Heart Griffin, which won the Springfield City tournament this year. So they've had some good wins, also had some tough losses. Lincoln starters are coming out. Will Ewald's the first one out for the Railers, a 6'3" senior guard. He's followed by Dylan Singleton, 5'10" junior for the Railers. Another guard, 6'3", number 5, Caden Froby. 6'2", and 6'1" and a senior, number 2, Cam Whiteman. And the final starter for the Railers, just as it's been all year, 6'4" junior. He likes to throw down some dunks, Landon Hollinger. Railers are coached by Neil Alexander and assisted by Eric Ewald, Greg Alexander, Brandon Bird Farmer, Josh McClellan, and Zach Dom. Effingham starters are coming out. Let's see if they've got a lights out, and they do. I think this trend is spreading throughout the Apollo Conference.
It is, and they have themselves a monstrous big screen here on the side of the wall, too.
That's one of the nicer,
about 4 times the size at Lincoln.
Check that out on WLCNonline.com. All right, starters for Effingham. 6'1" junior Parker Wolf. 6'1" junior Drew Thompson. 6'5" sophomore Braden Pauls. And 6'3" junior Jacob Stoneburner. And 6'5" junior Nate Thompson. The Flaming Hearts are coached by Obi Farmer, Colton Booher, Justin Hayden, and Chris Steinberg. Folks, you can definitely catch tonight's action on WLCNonline.com or on YouTube. Our producer Lloyd Kirby's got the camera rolling. We hope you'll join us. If you're not listening on the radio, check us out online and on YouTube. Tonight's tip-off is brought to you by Jim Examus, Ford Lincoln. You won't believe all the exciting pre-loved vehicles on the lot at Jim Examus Ford Lincoln on Lincoln's west side. Choose from quality pre-owned vehicles that have been put through a 172-point award-winning service inspection. There's no better time than now to put yourself behind the wheel of a quality pre-owned vehicle. Give Kevin Riggs or Ed Segelke at Jim Examus on Lincoln's west side a call at 217-732-2111 and let them put you in a new ride. It's Valentine's Day. We're going to love a Lincoln victory tonight, we hope. Lincoln wins the tip. Dylan Singleton's got it, and we're off and running here, folks, in Effingham. Singleton around the perimeter, over to Caden Froby. Ball fakes over to Landon Hollinger in the corner. Now Cam Whiteman, another ball fake there. Caden drives around his defender, lays it up, and in for the first basket of the night. 2-0 Lincoln.
Great finesse move there by Caden behind the backboard, and those left-handers are crafty.
He sure is. Always got a ball fake. Lincoln looked at a chapping opportunity on the defense, couldn't get it. There's a shot up. That's Wolf, I believe. That missed that first one. So
21 actually, and then
Thompson,
Cameron down with the rebound up quickly. He's got a cover up here off the break, and
boom.
Bam!
That's a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer, and Effingham's coach is not happy about it. He's called a timeout already, 45 seconds into the game. He's telling his guys, we went over this. He's a shooter. You left him.
Well, we got out of the gate quick again here with 2 back-to-backs on our first possession, and we got a rebound here, push it up the floor like we do, as you said. Will Ewald out on the break.
Yep.
And I really like the fact that, you know, in a transition situation, you want to be able to get that ball to the baseline because it's going to flatten out the defense. And we always taught that where you come in and cover up, and obviously everybody sunk to the paint, and Cameron came in behind and had a wide open look at the basket and nailed the three. So made them burn a timeout at least. I would expect a little bit of a physical game here too. You know, Effingham was one play away from playing in the state football championship this year.
Yeah, they usually are. And boy, if there's any sign of respect there, is they call a timeout within 45 seconds. I don't know that I've seen that in a while in a high school game, but we'll see if it resets them.
Break the rhythm, you know, as I said earlier, you don't want to let Parker Wolf get going here, number 14 with the ball.
Down in the corner, that's Stoneburner with it inside. There's Wolf, he's got a 3, that's off the back iron, chased down by Cam Whiteman. He's going to bring it up for the Railers. Looking to get it to Dylan, he does. Fumbled it a little bit, but recovered. Dylan got it, looking to attack his defender. Nothing there. Cam's going to shoot another 3 off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound to Caden Frelby. Nice pass down to Dylan Singleton. That's up. It's
great play there by Caden to get his hand on that rebound.
Tipped away and out of bounds. Back to the Railers. Out of bounds here for Effingham underneath the basket. Wolf will take it out of bounds. Always look for the shooters on the inbounds to pop out to that corner. He tried it. Railers kept him covered up though. Drew Thompson with it now at the top of the key. Out near the volleyball line. Always love when the Railer defense has got the offense is working from very far away, out of shooting range. Thompson over to his brother, other Thompson. That's no good. And rebounded by Caden Froby. Dylan's got it in transition. You like the matchup there with Dylan on his defender, who's a bigger kid. See if Dylan takes him to the rack here.
Looks like he's playing off of him quite a bit.
Will Ewald, long 3, no good. Rebounded by Stoneburner. Now Effingham got it out in transition. That's Thompson in the corner, a little floater. Landon Hollinger knocked it away.
That's got to be us.
Off of the Nate Thompson for Effingham and back to the Railers.
Well, he penetrated in there and tried to throw a backwards pass over his shoulder, and Landon stuffed him and was able to knock it out of bounds on Effingham.
Railers already putting a hush over this crowd here in Effingham. You can hear the players' Nikes out there squeaking on the floor. It's quiet in this gym right now. Landon Hollinger in the corner with it. Swings it over to Singleton. Now Ewald. He's going to step into a 3. That's up. That's good. That's a Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer for Will Ewald. Railers up 10-0, Kirk. There's Wolf all the way. It looked like he could have traveled there, but it's no good anyway. Railers out in transition with it. It's 2-on-4. Railers will bring it back out, run a little offense here. Dylan Singleton, crossover dribble, little floater. That's his game. It's up. It's good.
There you go with Dylan taking that guy to the basket.
And just like we've done before, earlier you said it, Coach, we've been getting off of these fast starts. And Effingham's already burned one timeout. They've got to get it together here if they're going to make a game of this tonight.
Well, we've done a good job here defensively. The Wolf kids only got one shot off.
Yeah, it almost looked like the last possession he forced one just to try to get something going. And you can see Caden Froby cheating out a little bit on him here on the wing. Everybody in the gym knows where he's at.
Well, he's a good 5 steps off that 3-point line, though, and just don't want
the backboard. Dylan Singleton comes away with it.
Flatten it out.
There's another floater for Caden Froby off the front of the iron and then back. Rebound to the Flaming Hearts. This is Thompson with it. Kicks it over. That's Paul's a 3 off the back of the iron. No good. Good rebound by Will Ewald. He went up high for that one.
Our guards have been rebounding very well here. Dylan, Caden, and Will.
Dylan looks to the sideline, gets the call for the set play here. Looks like it's a ISO action for Caden. Wasn't there. Dylan with a ball fake. Defender didn't bite.
Little new wrinkle there. Had a ball screen. Hollinger for 3 and nails it.
Another Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer. That's the third 3 of the night. One each for Cam Whiteman, Will Ewald, and now Landon Hollinger getting into the act. Raylor's shooting a high percentage here, and you can just tell the Effingham faithful are a little, that would be my headline if I was still at the newspaper.
There you go.
Thompson with it again. The Railer defense forcing them out beyond the volleyball line and keeping the Wolf kid as you said, Coach, about 6 feet beyond the three-point line. There's an attempt for him. That's up. That's off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound came directly to Pauls, though, and he put it right back up and in. Effingham's on the board. It's 15-2 in favor of the Railers.
Looks like Lincoln's going to run a set here as Dylan walks the ball up the floor.
Cam looks at a three. He passes it up. Good look over to Landon Hollinger in the corner. Didn't take it. Railers, of course, always unselfish, always looking for the next best shot. Good cuts. Everybody's moving with a lot of good spacing. Cam with Effingham trying to get out and transition a little bit. 2 Railers, though, there on the stop. Now there's Wolf again. He's got it, again, really deep in the offense, really deep beyond the arc. There's a wild shot. That's up. It's good. And that's the danger, right, Coach?
That is. Get him going a little bit. Off, you said, a wild shot there. Top of the key. Off a little inside-out action.
Yeah, he didn't have his feet set or anything. He just kind of flung it up there. Here's a three for Cam Whiteman. It's up. It's good. A Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer for Cam Whiteman from the corner.
Well, we're 7 for 11 right now from the floor. So, I mean, we're shooting the ball well. We just got to continue to defend these guys and not let Parker get some confidence going here.
Looking at a trap in the corner there. It's stolen away by Dylan Singleton. Good trap by 2 defenders, and then Dylan and Hollinger couldn't corral it. Goes back out. It was a good trap.
Each one thought the other one was going to kind of go for it as it careened out of bounds.
38 seconds to go here in the first. Lincoln ahead 18-5.
Again, very similar type of offense here. 2 guys out front, and they got a baseline runner. Looks like they've moved Parker to the baseline runner now. They had the Thompson kid down there earlier.
Yeah,
so they've changed personnel a little bit here to see if they can get Parker some different looks here, because he was playing 5-10 steps off the three-point line out here with the pressure.
Tate Niebrugge, a senior, is checked in at guard. We'll see if he gives them some better looks. Niebrugge is a very common last name in this area. There's a lot of them. And there's a long three. That's Thompson, I believe. Just hit a long one through Thompson. He's apparently a shooter, too. Caden, very aggressive as time ran out there. I don't know that you're going to call a foul on the floor on Effingham. That's cut it to 18-8. So we held them scoreless early, but they got back in it here with a couple threes. Here's the out-of-bounds play. Out to Caden for 3 off the back of the iron. No good. That'll do it for the first quarter. It's Lincoln 18, Effingham 8. Stick with us here on 96.3 WLCN. Welcome back to Effingham High School. This is Justin Tierney bringing you the play-by-play, along with Coach Kirk Whiteman. Lincoln ahead, 18-8. Hey, we want to say that tonight's live streaming video is brought to you by Town & Country Bank, a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer basketball. At Town & Country Bank, our mission is to help empower the financial well-being of our communities, one person at a time. And the game is being live streamed. You can check us out on WLCNonline.com or try to search YouTube for WLCN Online. They've always got the broadcasts on there. I like to pull it up on my smart TV every once in a while and watch the Railers as if I was watching the Illini or the Bulls or anybody else. So check us out tonight on the big screen. We're back to the action here in the second quarter. Railers got a trap in the corner of Parker Wolf, but he's out of it, and Effingham again running their offense from near the half-court line and trying to find openings in that Railer D. There's Parker Wolf, a long three again, and he hit it right in front of the Railer bench. And that's his second one, Kirk.
Get them going, and they had the other kids. So they started Parker out on the perimeter. It looks like they're moving him here on the baseline to try to get him a few different looks and angles at the basket.
There's a drive by Caden Proby. Nice pull-up. Didn't get it. Up and no good, but he got his own rebound, came away with it, and rolled it in for Caden Proby. All right, Raylers really got to get on this Parker Wolf. We cannot let him get rolling because he is not bashful. He's shown that. He will let it fly. So gotta let him. Gotta get a hand in his face. Can't let him get too comfortable. He's open again in the corner, and Caden Proby stepped in front of that pass. Long bullet pass to Will Ewald. Up, and there goes that gazelle, Will Ewald again.
Great look by Caden. That was a heck of a run.
Yeah, it was. Full court pass, and Will just took off and was rewarded with a lay-in. Raylers ahead 22-11. Here's Thompson. He thought about a three. Didn't shoot it. He made one from about that distance earlier. There's Wolf with it. Will Ewald definitely knows where he is now. And you can see the whole coaching staff's calling out where Wolf is for the Flaming Hearts. And a 3-second violation. That's a maddening thing if you're the Effingham coach, because frankly, they're not really looking to get it into that kid. He's just kind of a bystander at this point. And
well, what they're going to do is they're going to get him that pass in there to the mid-post, suck everybody in and kick it back out.
Right.
And while they called that 3 seconds, the kid went ahead and shot at this Nuremberg off the bench, and he nailed that three. Obviously didn't count, but so they got two pretty good shooters out front. And with Parker running the baseline, that could cause some problems if we get these guys going.
There's Singleton with a drive. Missed it, but the rebound wasn't there. He should have had that one, and we'll take it. Raylers looking to extend their lead, 22-11. Here, 5:55 to go in the second quarter. Cam's got the inbounds. He's looking, can't find anybody, and 5-second call there. Nobody really cut very hard from what I could see on that.
Well, and I think that referee might have been counting by two also, Justin. I'm not really for sure. That was a pretty quick count there.
Oh, it sounds like that's a line you maybe used with some officials down in your days on the sideline. So,
used a few.
Timeout by Effingham. Hey, we want to say a thank you to Alibi Saloon for the best place to meet all of your friends before and after the Rayler games. It's the Alibi Saloon, located at 415 Pulaski Street in downtown Lincoln, home of the best bacon cheeseburgers in Logan County, and I will validate that all day. Miss my Alibi cheeseburgers. I'll probably get one here in a couple weeks when I come home. We appreciate their sponsorship, Coach. A little bit of momentum shift, I think, right?
A little bit here. I mean, we're still up by 11, so we've actually outscored them here by 1 point this quarter, and that 3-second kind of saved us here, that last possession by Effingham, because that kid nailed a three as they blew the whistle, but we'll see what this possession brings us here defensively.
Yeah, it was 12-0 Raylers, and now it's 22-11, so Effingham stayed with us here for the last half of the quarter or so. And there's a layup. That's Thompson. Nice feed there from Thompson, the other Thompson that's out here. He had a nice feed to him. And Effingham's cut it to 9. Always play us close down here. We have yet to come down here and really hand one to him. It's been a close game here every year. Cam, tough shot. Went off the back of the iron, no good. And Effingham's got it out in transition. They're going to slow it up now, though. There's another three-point attempt for the Flaming Hearts. That's off the back of the iron. No good, and Dylan Singleton's got it for the Raylers. He's pushing the tempo. Across the timeline. Now he'll set up a play. We'll see what the Raylers run. Coach Al looks like he may be going to his three-man weave offense here. Going to try to get something going to the basket. Of course, Dylan Singleton and Caden Proby, both good penetrators. There's a penetrating kick out to Landon Hollinger. His three from the corner is no good. Raylers have taken several shot attempts from that corner. Hit a couple, but missed a few more. Raylers looking to get the mojo back on offense. Inside to Stoneburner. He had it wide open, but put it down, and the Raylers took it away from him, and here we go again. They're out and running, and that was no good by Caden Proby, but Ewald got the rebound. Cam's going to step into another three, and he likes those step-in threes. That's a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer for Cam Whiteman.
Well, Caden tried to avoid contact there, and just instead of going through it, and Will wasn't able to tip that back in, and another cover-up situation. Everybody kind of floated the ball to the rim.
And that's a tip in for Effingham, and they again have answered every shot we've made here since about 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. They've answered. We'll see if the Railers can just keep this nice double-digit lead. It feels comfortable when it's at double digits. And the Railers have gone to a kind of a spread offense here. We've got Will Ewald, Dylan Singleton, and Caden Froby out at half court, and then Cam and Hollinger out on the corners. And Cam,
he gets nailed to the basket, no call.
Yeah, Caden got hammered on that. It's been a lightly called game, only one foul between the two teams, but man, we sure could have had a whistle on that one. Caden got hammered on that.
And Justin, again,
there's Parker Wolf for three, in and out.
Rebound here, but we're 3 for 9 from the floor, and we were 7 for 11 in the first half, so that's why we're staying so close here.
Right at 50%, which is a good number to be at most times. If you shoot 50%, you like your chances.
It looks like they're going to play us out here, so we'll be able to get by them, just like Will did there.
Missed the layup. Missed the layup, and now it's back to Effingham. Railers a little bit sloppy here on offense second quarter. We've been bailed out by some threes, but have not gotten necessarily great execution as we're used to seeing. Effingham trying to take advantage of it.
Just need to finish that play there. I mean, they're going to guard us out that far from the basket, and we got some players that can get to the basket and draw and kick.
There's Niebrugge. That's a three. It's up. It's good. And a little life here in the gym. Niebrugge's three cuts it to 25-18.
Looks like we're going to continue to spread the floor here on them offensively and try to get some draw and kicks and get to the basket. We missed a couple layups here this quarter, and
Effingham student section's getting into it, trying to excite their guys. Caden's got it. He's got his man. That's Wolf guarding him. Good matchup. There's Cam. He's had a hot hand tonight. We'll see if he gets an open look. Caden drives and kicks to Dylan. Dylan on the baseline, had to give it up. And a good defensive sequence there by Effingham, forcing the Railers to take him baseline. There's Caden Froby, and he tried to take his man, and a double team came and took it away from him, but it's off Effingham, back out of bounds. Caden will have it underneath the basket here, and momentum definitely swinging back towards the Flaming Hearts. It is Valentine's Day after all. You'd think it'd be their kind of night, but so far it's not. There's an open three for Landon Hollinger, in and out. Had a wide open three.
Cameron with a really good move baseline, but then he shoots an air ball and tips it to Landon for a wide open three who missed.
There's Niebrugge again. That's up. That's good. The senior off the bench has provided a amazing. It's 25-21. We've got a ball game. They'll take it's a 30-second. We'll take a Headline Salon. Visit Brett, Liz. A little excited. There's some energy in this building. The Railers have struggled here in this second quarter.
Well, Justin, we haven't shot the ball well. We're 3 for 12 in the second quarter, and the ball goes in. Everything looks nice and cozy, but we've missed a couple layups here, bunnies. We have got some rebounds. I mean, Cameron misses at point blank and is able to tip extra step here in Effingham defensively a little bit right now, too.
Yep, they're believing. You can always tell a team starts getting on that roll on offense, and all of a sudden the defense gets a little better. Game of momentum. I'm a numbers guy, but anybody who tells you that basketball isn't a mental game is crazy. There's Cam, another three. Boom! Another Chris Point.
Great
State Farm three-pointer.
Great curl cut there by Caden. Kicked it out to Will, over to Whiteman for the wide open three.
And
great
Cam's got 15. He's keeping the Railers in this one. Hold them here to close the second half. About 30 seconds left. Effingham looks to be holding for one. And everybody in the gym, Lincoln bench, Wolf is right in front of him. He's going to drive this time. Spin move, athletic fade away off the glass.
I don't know. That spin move looked like he took an extra few steps there, but it's obviously no call. And 23-28, Railers still with the lead.
10 seconds here, 7. Now down to 5. There's Will Ewald in the corner. It's swatted out of this. Almost the exact same situation at the end of the first quarter. Caden Froby looking to the sideline for the call. It's the quick play. Caden shoots it, no call, and man, it's no fouls called on Railers and only one foul in that half called on Effingham. Caden got hammered twice and didn't get that call. We'll see that on the replay on WLCN Online in favor of the Railers. We'll send it back, and we'll be back with our Schneider Chiropractic and Growl Incorporated halftime show. Welcome back to Effingham High School. This is Justin Tierney, joined by Coach Kirk Whiteman. Boy, it looks like the Palm squad here at Effingham is doing a Grease Lightning tribute. And talk about lightning, the Railers got off to a lightning quick start with a 12-0 lead, but then the Flaming Hearts responded with some heat of their own, got back in this game, and Lincoln goes into halftime with a 28-23 advantage.
Yes. And as we said, we got out really good early, and as I discussed earlier in the thing, what you want to be able to do is go from that 10-point lead to the 15-point lead. And
we've had good success doing that this year, but not tonight. Hard to do it on the road.
Last 5 games, we've been able to go from that 10-point to the 15-point, and we let a couple shooters get a couple shots on us. They made an adjustment here, with the Wolf kid playing out front, and they put him on the baseline. And really, Justin, what's happened is you've had a couple kids step up and hit these threes on the perimeter. This kid they brought off the bench has 2 threes, and there's another 3 that was hit by this Thompson kid in the corner. And obviously, the Wolf kid made a nice move here earlier, which I thought that he punched his ticket to California as much as I thought he traveled on that play. But so they've hit some shots here. They've had some kids step up for him. The Wolf kid only has 8 points. He's not going to go explode on us, but that was one of the things you worry about is other kids stepping up, which they have.
And it's the attention that he draws. You mentioned it when they put him on that baseline. It takes, when he's out front, you got 5 guys that can look straight ahead and see him. When he's behind our backs and he's kind of behind our wings, it's a little bit more effort to kind of know where he is, and that's opening up opportunities for other guys. It requires a lot of talk on defense, but it also requires you to kind of have eyes in the back of your head if you're really going to stay where he is. And the Neabrugge kid's been the key for them. I think he's got 3 threes or 2 big ones. That really helped them close the gap.
And actually, I think he's the one that missed the 3 on that 3-second call.
Yeah.
We'd be looking at a 2-point game right now, quite honestly. You don't see 3 seconds called too often. He must have been in there for 10.
Right.
And it certainly wasn't the guy who called the 5-second call on us, because that was a quick one. And, Caden, a couple shots there. Really, anybody would have called that foul. But
Taylor's halftime scoring, Caden Proby's got 4. Cam Whiteman's got 15. I believe number 1 would be
Dylan.
He's got
that's Will.
Well, that's Will. He's got 5. Dylan has been held scoreless, I believe. He's Hollinger. He's scoreless. That's got to be wrong here, what we're looking at on the sideline. I think Cam's got 12, and then I think Hollinger, he hit a 3. So he's got 3. So mixed scoring, but definitely led so far by Cam Whiteman. He's hit some open shots, some open threes. So we'll see if that continues for the Railers. As you were saying on the broadcast, Coach, there's been a couple of these layups that, Will had one that he just missed. We got a couple out in transition that we couldn't convert. A few more of those layups, and you feel a little better about this.
For sure. We shot 7 for 11 in the first quarter, 4 for 7 on threes. And second quarter, we're 5 for 15 overall and 3 for 8 on threes. So those 5 for 15, few layups here and there. I know Caden, Cam missed a point blank one. And, at the end of the day, we've been shooting the ball so well. Still up on the road, which is good. And these guys aren't too bad either. That 3 ball is going to keep teams in games, and these guys have the opportunity to fill it up very well from the 3-point line.
Yeah, I think, 2 senior guards out there, and Dylan Singleton, tough as nails too, a veteran guard with 2 years of varsity experience. So, I like the Railers' chances to come out at halftime and respond. Another thing that's kind of caught me off guard in this game, we're flying through this game, and part of that is because only 1 foul called between both teams in the first half.
That's a good point too, Justin. And really, didn't see too much contact and too many fouls aside from when Caden went to the basket there in the middle of the second, and then obviously the obvious one here at the end of the game where he held his hand down when he tried to put that last second shot off. So not a whole lot of missed calls. It's been a pretty clean game so far, and either team fouling and playing pretty clean ball.
One thing we might like to see out of the Railers is to go aggressive to the hole on offense and draw some fouls, and maybe if we draw some fouls, we'll get to the free throw line and salt the game away there. We've got 5 minutes left here in halftime. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with a little bit more action here at Effingham High School. Join us for the second half. 96.3 WLCN online, bringing you the game here at Effingham High School. Welcome back to Effingham High School. This is Justin Tierney bringing you Lincoln Railer basketball. It's 28-23 in favor of the Railers. Railers were in control for most of the half, but Effingham hit a couple shots, made a couple stops, and they're back in it. I noticed that Justin Richie Richart, Lincoln Railer class of 2007, is in the building tonight. I saw him with his daughter. He lives in Dietrich, Illinois, which is nearby. So he's catching some Railer basketball while they're about 20 minutes away from home for him. He's a agricultural seed salesman down in this region. So I'm sure he's tweeting Josh Komnick and asking where he's at tonight. If I'm a betting man, I'm betting that he's asking for Josh for a tweet and his thoughts on some college basketball games tomorrow. But for tonight's game, we'll hope that the Railers can just get out of here with a victory, right?
Well, Justin, I think actually this is great for us, right? We've had 5 games that we've just kind of destroyed the opponents, and for us to have a little bit of a close game and have to make some good decisions here down the stretch and battle a little bit of adversity. I mean, what team in America wouldn't want to be up 5 at halftime, right? And here we are, the travesty that we let them come back from a 10-0 deficit. And for me, as a coach, you look at this as an opportunity. Hey, what do we need to do to fix? Why are they getting these open shots? Why are they getting the open looks? I thought Cam took kind of a couple ill-advised threes there that were kind of quick, as you saw when he came in on those cover-ups where he's stepping into the basket where the ball's coming from inside out. He hasn't missed any of those shots, and where he just decides to kind of get that and jacket, it's been a little bit not so well. So for us, this is a great opportunity. Hey, what's going to work for us? Let's get back to getting wide open shots, continue to guard the shooters, and get some rebounds. They picked up a couple offensive rebounds here that they got putbacks on and got a little penetration, draws, and kicks. So this is great.
Yeah, that's we appreciate that coach's perspective. It almost feels like you could step right out there and still have it, Coach. You really do. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be back for the third quarter. Stick with us on 96.3 WLCN. And we're back at Effingham High School. Justin Tierney and Kirk Whiteman going to bring you the second half. Here, the Railers ahead, 28-23. They'll hope to come out of here with a victory, as Coach Whiteman said. It's a good opportunity for us and to be tested here on the road in the Apollo. Will Ewald got it on the wing, kicked it over to Caden Froby.
Really important to get off good here and start this.
There's Hollinger. That's a 15-footer. That's up. It's good. Nice touch on that one for Landon Hollinger.
Got into some weave action, landing with a great pull up there. So we're setting the tone right now. Something they need to do, focus on.
Another thing I'd like to see is Dylan Singleton get his hands on a pass here. Railers defense has really forced turnovers all year, and tonight with Effingham playing so far away, we haven't gotten out in a bunch of transition points,
and they have a two-guard front again with Parker Wolf running the baseline, so not too many adjustments from Effingham here offensively yet.
Dylan, he sets, wipes off his shoes, gets it over to Will Ewald. This is their Dallas sequence of sets that they're running here, and it's an ISO to Dylan. He drives, got fouled on the layup. I think he'll be going to the line shooting two. Coach Alexander been running that Dallas sequence of sets for about, 15 to 20 years, and a lot of times he can get that ISO, or he can get a three off a double screen.
So many wrinkles to all the sets, so you got one play with about 10 different options off of it, right? So
that's exactly right. I can remember when I was in high school, Dylan sinks the first free throw. They had Dallas, which was a three for David Pickering, and they had a Dallas double, which was a three for John Harmson, and there was Dallas double swing, which was another three for Harmson, but he ran to the other side, and then there's Dallas ISO. It's just a plethora of things off of that one sequence.
So anyway, linking off, 4 points
Dylan
here, and they got a turnover.
Yeah, first 4 points and a turnover. Railers looking to extend their lead to double digits. We'll hope for a stop.
Trying to get the ball into one of these Thompson kids and then draw everybody in and kick it out.
There's a three. That's Thompson off the rebound. No good. Over to Stoneburner. He wanted a foul. I do think Dylan kind of chicken winged him there, but they are letting them play tonight. And it's been both ways. It's one foul on either team, so you can't really complain too much, but no foul. Railers with the rebound.
Looks like we're going to go to another set here.
Froby with it at the volleyball line. Landon Hollinger, he's feeling it. It's off the front of the iron, no good. And rebound pulled away by Thompson from Effingham. Poor Wolf's got it. Kicks it over to Niebrugge.
And another deep
long three off the front of the iron. Wasn't too far off, and they're going to call a travel on Hollinger.
I'm suspicious on that call there. Landon came out and rebounded outside of his area as he's falling down, threw the ball to Dylan.
I can't remember.
He had got rid of the ball before they called travel.
I can't remember a basketball game where I've seen would be almost 20 minutes almost of game action here with only one foul called between the two teams as we're coming up on the midway point of the third quarter.
Little penetration here by Effingham, inside out. Look,
there's Thompson from the free throw line. It's off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound comes out to Caden. Drive for it. He made a great hustle play, but would have rather he caught the pass and laid it in, but just couldn't quite corral that one.
Yeah, it's getting a little physical down here too. I thought Cameron that could have called over the back there, and he just needs to jump a little bit higher, huh, Justin?
There's Wolf, drives off the charge, an offensive foul. And he did take off from pretty far.
Landon was able to slide in underneath there, and that could have been bang either way, even though I'm a big Railer fan here. So kind of snuck one away from the home team.
Yeah, I think we did. And that's now the second foul of the game. Lincoln not been whistled for a foul, which is kind of amazing as well, as aggressive as we play on defense sometimes. Caden's got it now over to Cam. Hollinger open for three in the corner. Off the back of the iron, no good. Caden skies high for the rebound. Kicks it out to Will Ewald, who caught it kind of awkwardly, wanted to shoot a three, but didn't have his feet right. Gave it up. Now Dylan Singleton over in the corner. Now Caden dribbles a handoff over to Will. And the Railers are working the ball around the perimeter. Somebody's looking for the right opponent, the right matchup to take to the rim. Caden, he's going to shoot a three. That's up. That's good. That's a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer for Caden Froby. We'll see if Caden can get going. He's got 7. Dylan tipped it away. Couldn't corral it. And now Effingham and Dylan fouled him there. He was beat and just made the smart play and fouled. And Railers have also yet to go to their bench yet tonight. Usually see Seth Tungate at some point here off the bench, but not so far. Railers starters getting all the action to this point. I think only one sub's come in for Effingham. Just a couple quirky things about this game.
And actually, they put that Powell's kid who started the game on the bench in favor of the
guard. Put an extra guard out there, yeah.
He started shooting the ball pretty well. So that was probably the minor adjustment they made in the first quarter or second quarter, and they've stayed with it. But not much has changed. They're still trying to get Wolf running the baseline.
There's another three from Wolf. He cashes that one. That's up. That's good. That'll make it 35-26 in favor of the Railers.
One step backwards, he would have been out of bounds there on the sideline.
About 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
9-point lead for the Railers, 35-26.
Landon, he's being aggressive and put it up and in. And
got to the basket. There was a foul there.
And Coach Al has had enough. He's going to let this referee hear about that one, because that definitely could have been a foul. And
then we get a touch foul down at this end. So,
And Coach Al has got his Valentine's Day outfit on. He's turned red. He's not thrilled about that last call. We'll see if the Railers can extend that lead again. Up by 11, nice and comfortable, and really kind of a slower tempo game here as well. At least compared to some of the Railer games we've seen this year, Kirk. It's been more of a possession-based game.
It has. And
Thompson drives it up and in, and got it. That's way too easy in the middle. And boy, if there's one thing Coach Al can't stand, it's the ball getting in the middle. Hey, we want to say thank you to State Bank of Lincoln, serving the area for over 113 years with 4 locations in Lincoln and 2 in Clinton. Proud to be a Lincoln Railer sponsor. We also want to say thank you to Family Custom Cleaners, canning, 24-hour laundromat, and U-Haul dealer, located at 621 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Watch for dry cleaning and super tanning specials. Phone 735-2505 for more information. And Coach, I have to imagine the backs on the defense and really everybody on the defense was more frustrated by that Effingham timeout, because they've got to go to the bench now and explain to Coach Alexander how that ball got in the middle.
That's tough. And as you said, the type of game we have right now, they're being very patient. As you notice, their guards are at the volleyball line when they start the offense, because we have kind of pushed it out based on a few threes they've hit. So that extends it a little bit. And you got to be aware of the Wolf. You got to guard the guys out front and the Wolf kid. And they got the Thompson kid who started on the perimeter, and he's about 6'5", so it's not like he's a small kid.
He's not a big lumbering kid. And he's showing a little bit of skill when he does get the ball. He's not afraid to drive and hit a pull-up jumper. I think he's attempted a couple threes, so he's a threat as well on this Flaming Hearts offense. Caden, long three, off the front of the iron, might have gotten tipped. It's no good. And Effingham back with it now across half court. That's Thompson with it. Railers ahead, 37-28. Dylan Singleton nearly had a steal, couldn't grab it. Parker Wolf takes it. And Effingham's going to have it, and they're going to reset. Niebrugge gave us trouble in the first half. So far, we've held him under wraps here in the second. He was a threat to score from 3. And again, in the middle, up and lucked out there. Got it just over our wing's head and into the middle, and Thompson missed a 12-footer. Will Ewald with it now for the Railers. He kicks it to Proby, who drives, throws it up and around and in.
It looked to me as if he got hit on that shot too, the way his head moved back when he started to bring it up here. So not really protecting our shooters as we go to the basket.
Yeah.
But
Caden looked at the ref after that and kind of made the motion to his elbow, like, excuse me, that could have been an and one. There's Wolf, another three. It's up, it's good. And, man, I don't know what his shooting percentage is, but I know it's pretty high when he's open. He doesn't miss it when he's open. Got to get a hand in his face.
He missed maybe 1 or 2, and he's got about 4 here for the game.
Yeah,
about
Wolf
4 for 6.
14 points for the Flaming Hearts. He's been as advertised to this point. Will Ewald, he'll shoot a 3. That's up. That's good.
Great extra pass there.
State Farm 3-pointer from Will Ewald. A high arcing 3 from Will.
Dylan with a great baseline drive, kicked it to Cam, and Cam just right into Will's hands there, stepping into the basket. Parker Wolf looks like he's going to take it. This Thompson kid getting it again.
Yep, and he's killing us from the middle. And they were really just stressing our defense in different ways. They've scratched us from the baseline. They've hit it from the top of the key. They've gotten it in the middle. Good, solid offense here for the Flaming Hearts tonight. And nearly a turnover, but Cam able to corral an errant pass from
there it is again. They finally call that. Will gets the basket and lays it in, and they hit his hand. I think that's about the 4th time it's happened tonight and the first time they called it. So Will Ewald at the line with Lincoln leading 42-33. And down here defensively, you hit those threes and then you want to extend it. And this Thompson kid, who they moved from the perimeter back into the high post, has seemed to create some problems for us, Justin.
Yeah, right. Seth Dungate checking in. Going to give the Railers a boost off the bench. Dylan Singleton will take a well-deserved break with 50 seconds in the 3rd quarter. That's our first sub of the night. Will hits his first free throw and he hits his second. That'll give the Railers a 44-33 lead.
I love Seth's energy. 48 seconds left in the half. We got 11-point lead here. Look at the energy Seth's bringing off the bench. As a coach, you always want to be able to lift your team up as you come off the bench, and that's what Seth does for us.
And Railers got it into the middle again to Thompson, and that time we were able to collapse on him quickly. And you can just see there's in the middle again. Oh, that's got to be looked like an offensive foul. He lowered his shoulder and just plowed into Cam, but I guess a no call works too.
Yeah, Cam actually took the hit instead of falling down on the ground, or I think they might have called it, but then you get it. Oh my goodness. Number 35 just cleared out Cameron in the low post there.
Yeah, they're really getting pretty physical once they get into the paint. It's not in the paint very much. Again, with the Effingham running their offense from the volleyball line. And there's Thompson again in the middle. This has been like 4 or 5 possessions in a row. He's got in the middle. 3rd quarter's running out. Caden drives up to Tungate. That's off the back of the iron and over the backboard. And Effingham, credit to them. Again, we got a 9-point lead, folks. So we're playing well. But it's been a really interesting way to watch them attack us tonight. A long 3 and almost went in. Into the 3rd quarter, Lincoln ahead 44-35 against the Flaming Hearts on Valentine's Day here at Effingham High School. We'll send it to a quick break. Stay with us for the 4th quarter here on 96.3 WLCN. Quarter here at Effingham High School. Lincoln ahead 44-35. Railers trying to salt away a victory here. And in the Powell Conference Road matchup, there's Parker Wolf, no good. Rebound to Thompson. He put a body into somebody, and they're going to call that charge. I think Seth Tungate was the recipient of that, and we'll take it.
Very good play. I mean, the Thompson kid did the same thing for Cameron, but he didn't fall down. Seth was able to take the charge this time.
Railers looking to keep it going on offense. Landon Hollinger's got it at the top of the key. Over to Seth Tungate. Now Ewald. Now Froby.
Looks like they're running the weave kind of on the side of the floor right now. That was a travel.
And yep. Seth tried to dribble and pivot foot slid a little bit, and he got whistled for it.
And Lincoln's able to run that weave from the top and then also from the wing. Just give you a different attack angle to the basket and able to draw and kick on different parts of the floor for your open shooters on the perimeter too.
Effingham got it. They're looking for Wolf in the corner. No, nothing there. And there's Thompson inside. He's going to put it up. Boy, when he does get it up in there too, he's attacking. He's not looking to kick it back out once it goes in there.
Well, I mean, part of the problem is right now with that high post, when he comes up there, he's really kind of starting in the low post. So you got 3 guys on the baseline with Effingham, and we only got 2 defenders.
Hey, we want to say thank you to Sal Polis, planning for college or retirement? Find out how to afford both. Contact Sal Polis, your Edwards Jones financial advisor, located at 1400 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Phone 217-732-4001. Sal Polis, Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC. And I believe he hit both free throws there, and that's going to cut it to 44-37. Effingham hanging around. And Caden Froby with a nice drive and lay in.
Nice little ball handoff there. Got Caden in the middle. There was straight to the basket.
Caden's got 9 for the Railers. And inside again to Thompson. Off the foot of a Railer, but back out to the Flaming Hearts. There's Wolf Scout in the corner. There's Niebrugge. He's the senior who came off the bench and gave him a spark in the second quarter. A long drive by Thompson, weaving his way through several Lincoln defenders.
7-point lead for the Railers here. 6 minutes to play. Looking to spread the floor.
Check back in. He drives up and in. No foul call again, but it will take the basket. 48-39. Coach Alexander working the official. He wanted a foul there, as he has several times with our guys going to the basket. Got it inside, and the Railers starting to take that away now. And turned over and corralled by Will Ewald. They've gone to the well maybe a couple too many times now, Kirk, you think? And now there's the and one on Caden Froby. He got that one. We've been waiting on that, and it's up, it's in. That extends the Railer lead to 50-39.
Well, that was, looks like Effingham is really starting to extend their defense like they did early in the first half, and we're able to get by them. And Caden was able to do that, and this time they called the foul in like they did in the first half. Misses a free throw. 5.5 left with 11-point lead here for the Railers.
Effingham got it across half court, and you got to figure down the stretch here. Parker Wolf's going to be hunting shots. And there's Thompson again in the middle. It's up, it's good. He wanted an and one. He tells the official he wants the and one. He doesn't get it.
Again, we got 3 guys on the perimeter guarding her too. It almost needs like we just need to drop that point back and guard the Thompson kid, because once he come knocked out of bounds by Effingham. But this kid's got 14 points, and I think about 12 of them here in the
Caden's driving again, cutting through the lane and back out to Dylan Singleton. And the Railers are in their weave offense. This is the matchup they want with whoever Thompson's got. Will Ewald takes it out in that time, and he went right at him and laid it in.
Well, that's the advantage we have with the ball handlers we have. Right. You can basically kind of pick on people, like I say.
We've got 5 guards essentially playing out there. Lane Hollinger, of course, a little bit more of a forward, but otherwise a lot of good guard skills on this Railer roster, and they force teams into some tough decisions. Effingham trying to make a run here before it gets too late. They need to go on a run, and it's tipped away. They're going to call a kick. It was a late whistle a little bit. And
I'm not sure how that rule reads in the book, because, he did make an attempt to block it with his leg, and it hit him around in the knee area. So,
yeah. They called the kick. It looked like the Railers could have been off and running and had a fast break basket, but they didn't go for it.
Watch 35 try to clear out the down low here.
Stoneburner. Big kid. I want to say he's a pretty good baseball player, if I recall.
That's a kick.
That's a kick as well. Effingham coach not a fan of the kicks. Kind of made a motion with his foot.
Effingham's being really patient, really trying to get the ball in the high post. Definitely where we don't want it as a Railer fan.
But as they get patient, they have to remember the clock is a defender for the Railers at this point. And it's going to start working against them. They can't take 30 seconds off the clock every possession. And Thompson went up for the basket, didn't get a foul. They wanted a foul. And
it looked like one here from my vantage point, but we end up getting the ball. And the Railers call a timeout, and looks like he will take a
full timeout. We'll send it to the studio for a quick 30-second break. We're back at Effingham High School. We're playing the Flaming Hearts on Valentine's Day. Schedule makers had some fun with that one. It's almost like playing the Ghosts on Halloween or something. But thus far, the Railers are loving what they're seeing. It's a 52-41 lead so far for the Railers.
And it looks like we're just going to spread them out here down the stretch and take advantage of any mismatches. Look for layups and free throws here from the Railers for the last 3 minutes of the game.
Railers being patient, using that clock to their advantage, and we saw this earlier. Well, the Railers are kind of picking on this Thompson kid from Effingham, who's a little bit bigger and heavier footed, and whoever he switches on to has been attacking. There's Dylan. He's going to attack over to Hollinger. Now he's in the corner. He held it too long. He got trapped, got rid of it, kicks it over to Frilby, who bounces it into Singleton, who lays it up and in, and that's a big basket there. That
was a great play by Landon to split the trap there and get himself out of trouble. That's what you do as a basketball player, is you split traps and go on the attack.
Yeah.
Now you're 5 on 4.
And they call a foul on Thompson.
Yeah, he's been really handsy there in the high post, using his forearm to push off on Dylan as he drops down to guard him. And this time he got caught. First couple times he didn't.
Yeah, he's been pretty physical all night. Gets his arms extended, and Dylan just shoved his guy to get open. It's getting chippy down here. Both teams, kind of frustrated. They've let this game kind of be pretty physical. And now players are getting frustrated. Everybody wants a foul.
And we'll be in bonus here, it looks like, on the way out. That should have been the 7th foul. And I'm not really for sure why they're bringing it to the side there. Unless I'm looking at this wrong.
Coach Alexander's kind of motioning like he's got his hands on his hips and head cocked like, what's going on here? Oh! Whoa. I don't understand how that happened. He had the ball. He was dribbling. I've never seen that before.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I've never seen somebody. I mean, I guess, you can commit an offensive foul, but it was in the backcourt.
He had his arm on him from our angle.
Yeah.
Look at this. They bang a three.
Bang a three in.
I'm not for the. I have no clue what happened there. Again, watch these hands on these guys.
Yeah, they are really getting after it. It's a 10-point lead, 2 minutes to go. Railers ahead 54-44, but a little bit of confusion.
Again, there's the arm bar.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion there with the officials on how that was a foul on Effingham and then became a foul on Lincoln. Dylan hits a backdoor cut. All is well. Railers ahead 56-44. No love lost on Valentine's Day between these two teams at this point. The Flaming Hearts won't be getting chocolates from the Railers or vice versa. Chippy game. Thompson's a physical player. Of course, Dylan Singleton, a physical, tough kid that probably is every opponent's least favorite guy with the way he plays. And there's a foul on the Railers. Railers yelling out where Parker Wolf is. And Will Ewald came out of that 1-2-2 for a moment to get a steal. That was Will Ewald said, "The heck with this 1-2-2. I'm
Will dove on the floor as the Effingham kid did too, and just tossed it over his head to Caden for 2 points. 58-44.
Great heads-up play by Will Ewald to help salt this one away. Railers, I believe, with their biggest lead of the night with 14. Parker Wolf takes it. He gets more points for him. Under a minute to go. Lincoln ahead 58-46. Parker Wolf fouled.
And now we got a technical. Technical on the coach from Effingham.
Oh, man. And
complaining about something there.
And hey, he's been, I would say he's been pretty vocal. He hasn't been super demonstrative. But yeah, he's been pretty vocal here, especially down the fourth quarter. And man, as I said earlier, no love lost on Valentine's Day between these two teams and between both teams and the officials. Landon Hollinger hits the first free throw of the technical. And the second. Farmer from Effingham still giving it to the officials. Now it looks like the Effingham administration getting on the student section, who's been vocal in their opposition to the technical. It's Valentine's Day, folks.
Again, just got
Oh, and there he went to the head, and they've got to get this cleaned up here.
Yeah.
This is getting pretty. They went to the head of Landon Hollinger there. He fell hard. Now, I will give the Thompson kid from Effingham credit. He came over and picked him up and, kind of patted him on the butt and seemed to say, hey, my bad. But, yeah, that was a physical foul.
Well, I mean, Landon got fouled on the sideline when he caught the pass and got by the guy the first time.
Yeah,
So
that was a little bit scary to see him go up high there. But, man, at this point, Lincoln's got to want to just get out of here.
Yeah, I think so. At the end of the day, let's just make these free throws.
Get out of here. Everybody healthy. Nobody, doing anything
rebound.
crazy. It's, a lot of emotion in this game. And now the Effingham coach is calling a timeout with his team down 16 with 40 seconds to go. That gives us a chance, though, to say thank you to CCA Online, who offers internet service to Logan County. Visit the website ccaonline.com to sign up for for a free site survey from your local friendly, knowledgeable internet service provider. And boy, the Lincoln faithful that are here are just ready to get on the bus and go home or take their vehicles back home to Effingham. We've got to turn around tonight and, turn around tomorrow and drive all the way back down to Charleston. And so probably our least favorite time out of the season.
Frequent flyer miles, right?
Yes, absolutely. And the coach is drawing up the old 16-point play in this timeout, as we like to say. But,
Justin, we're at halftime. We're up by 5, and we're able to come out here in the second half and really here down the stretch, spread the floor a little bit. We're hitting our free throws when we need to and getting stops at this end. Made a couple big plays on charges down here, so we'll see what this last 30 seconds holds here for the Railers.
Great second half, another steal. Let's just pull it out, run this clock, let it in without another foul. Okay. Seems to be that everybody's cooler heads are prevailing. And maybe that was the purpose of the timeout. He thought his kids were a little wound up, wanted to get everybody a chance to settle down. And Railers going to let this one tick away. 62 for Lincoln, 46 for Effingham. As Coach Whiteman said, a great second half performance. Railers improved to 24-2. Effingham will fall to 15-11. We'll be back with scoring and Coach Alexander. Stick with us on 96.3 WLCN and WLCNonline.com. For tonight's matchup with the Railers and the Flaming Hearts, Lincoln with a 62-46 victory. Coach Whiteman, you've got some scoring totals for us. What did it look like tonight for the Railers?
I do. Caden Froby led the Lincoln Railers with 15 points. And Will Ewald, Cameron, and Dylan all had 12 apiece, with Cameron getting all 12 there in the first half. And then Landon Hollinger led up with 11 points. So you want to talk about an equally balanced
15, 12,
offense.
12, 12, and 11. And then I've got, I think, Effingham's
So,
totals.
on Effingham, you're looking at the Wolf kid. We held him to 16, so it's a lot less than the 40 he dropped on Muhammad you were talking about earlier in the year. But, I think something that really kind of hurt us here in the second half, Justin, was number 14, the Thompson, or number 40, the Thompson kid. He ended up with 14. I'd say he got at least 6 baskets there in the second half there in the high post, and he even missed a couple and had some charges. So, he was a couple baskets away by the whistle from getting 20 points on us tonight. And I think the one that maybe surprised us, we'd have to talk to Coach L about the scouting report, was this Niebrigi. He nailed those 2 threes in the first half, ended up with 9 points, and obviously he didn't start the game for him. They had the other sophomore in the game, the Powell's kid, about 6'5", and they went to adjustment with this Niebrigi off the bench, and he hit a couple threes there in the first half, and now we had to concentrate on Parker Wolf running the baseline and then this shooter out front. So I think that contributed to it a little bit here and being such a close second half.
And Effingham, good team. I mean, they're 16 and 11. You can see how they are a team that is above 500 watching them, because they've got some really ways to stress on offense. But you also see why the Railers are ranked in the top 10 in 3A, or going to be a number 1 seed in their subsectional, because they beat this pretty good team by 16 points, and really, it was a wire-to-wire win. As much as we, at times tonight in the broadcast, it felt a little bit like it could go either way. Railers come out with a wire-to-wire double-digit win on the road against a quality opponent. That's a good measure of this team and what we've got here in Lincoln. Very fortunate. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Coach Alexander and some more post-game thoughts. Stick with us here on 96.3 WLCN online. Welcome back to Effingham High School. Justin Tierney brought you the play-by-play tonight. I was fortunate to be joined by Coach Kirk Whiteman. Coach, it's always great to have your coaching and basketball experience on the broadcast with us. Appreciate you making the drive down here with Railer super fan Timmy McDougal.
Fun times, let me tell you.
Coach Alexander's got the Diet Coke in hand, stepping up to the broadcast booth. Coach, we appreciate you being with us tonight in this 62-46 Railer victory.
And we'll let you catch your breath. That's a long flight of stairs that got me earlier in the night.
It sure is.
You're not blue. You must have blood got back to your brain, huh?
Well, Coach, let me ask you some of the things you talked about there heading into halftime, get up by 10, 12 points to start the game like we have throughout the year, especially the last 5 games, and then to watch that lead dissipate very quickly.
Well, yeah. That's a good basketball team. They've got more than one shooter out there, but Wolf's deadly. And we knew that going in, and we paid so much attention to him in the first half that we forgot to step up and pick up Thompson
and Niebrugge, the kid off the bench, the senior off the bench, had a couple big ones as well.
Yeah, and they were walking right up to the line and hitting them. And even though they hit, a couple of them were deep, but, they were stretching us. And we've been trying to do some things to match up to where we can get to shooters quicker, but we really struggled. And basically, we needed a game like this. We needed several games like this to make plays and so forth. And the second thing is in the second quarter we went to our wide offense, which was spread, and we missed 4 layups. And you make those 8 instead of a 5-point lead? It's a 13-point lead.
Mm-hmm.
We gave them some wide open threes because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when you turn the ball over, a turnover leads to points. And not that we were turning it over, but we were missing layups, and they were running out and getting good shots at the other end.
Coach, we talked on the broadcast, it seemed like you said it, you got Parker Wolf, and they kind of moved him down to the baseline and behind your backs, and that creates different stresses, and then the kids out the top hit some threes. But then in the second half, they really made it a point to get it inside into the lane to Thompson. I know that's something with your 1-2 defense that you just normally can't stand, but is that kind of something we had to live with tonight?
If you and we didn't do a very good job of it, but if you remember a year ago when we played Taylorville had the 3 to 4 shooters on the perimeter, and we basically spread out and tried to match, but we had Jermaine in the middle to match, and that's a little bit different when you got 6'10" in there. But that's very similar to what we were trying to do, just to be able to get coverage on the shooters and put a little pressure on them to where they weren't stepping in and having wide open threes.
The other thing that we make note of tonight is the balance in the offense. We had Caden with 15, Will, Dylan, and Cam with 12, and then I think Landon had 11. That's been kind of the story of your season, but just another balanced effort tonight with any one of our guys can beat you on any given night.
I think so, and we're trying to get that. Take away one, you got another one to worry about. Take away him, you got another one, and eventually the first one comes back around.
Right.
So,
yeah, it was a great effort. The last thing I'll ask you about, Coach. Go ahead, Coach.
I was just going to say, in the first half there too, we thought Caden got to the basket a couple times, and it looks like they were kind of hitting our shooters, no calls, but that's going to happen from game to game. But I'm just a little bit perplexed here on the call with Dylan when they were riding him like a pony up the floor. I think we're going to shoot a 1-on-1 because it puts us in bonus.
Yeah.
And then what happened there?
You called him for a push-off, and their coach was riding him all night to get the push-off. And, he appeased him and gave him one. And if you don't want him to push off, then get him off of him.
Exactly.
I mean, they were bouncing him all over the place.
Yeah,
and then when that's one thing I hate, when kids try to protect themselves, they get called for it. The other team can just literally knock you down and step on you, and then when you retaliate or try to be strong with the ball, they give you the foul. And you got to be able to handle both ways. But the kids done a nice job. They stayed composed in second half and even into the fourth quarter. I thought we made our run. We spread it out and we made the layups.
Mm-hmm.
And if we'd have done that the first half, who knows what would have happened.
Right, and that was going to be my question too, is just about kind of a quirkily officiated game. Coach, we know you've got a long drive home. We want to get you guys back on the road and safely back to Lincoln. I'm assuming you're going back and then driving back down to Charleston tomorrow?
No, we're coming over your house tonight. We'll be there.
Yeah, me and you and about 30 boys in my 1,600 square foot house. I don't think that's going to work, but you
can leave.
Yeah, I'll just head out. As much as I would love to have the Railers at my house tonight, I think I'll let you guys make that long bus ride. We hope for safe travels, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Well, we'll be there. It's a 5 o'clock start tomorrow night. So,
and that's sophomore game starts at 5.
Sophomore start at 5 o'clock, and the varsity at 6:30. So,
all right, we'll tune in early tomorrow night. Make your plans to catch us early here on 96.3. That's going to do it for us here in Effingham. It was the Railers 62, Flaming Hearts 46. Happy Valentine's Day, folks. Stick with us on 96.3 WLCN for Jeff number 2 and the Classic Rock Experience.